Hi, Elaine Enlightening, taplightunlimited.com. Fear of going against what they taught us, or fear of putting ourselves out there, right? Because, you know, if we were taught to honor our parents, sometimes that was taught from the viewpoint that, you know, we would be cut off, we would lose our inheritance, or even as a child, felt like we might not get food, or, you know, we were cut off from the family. That kind of stuff made us distrust God and that kind of a thing. So let's get started with clearing this fear that there's going to be consequences, and they'll be really severe and catastrophic if we put ourselves out there, okay? Okay, take a deep breath and start on karate chop. Even though I think they'll kill me, my parents are going to kill me if I put myself out there in this new way. I didn't learn it was okay to have abundance from them. And there's been bad things happen in my life whenever I trusted new situations and circumstances. And so I think it's going to happen again. Like when my husband died. And then I ended up in a really abusive household. I think I'm going to be attacked. I mean, they say bad things happen to good people. They say Christians aren't immune. I feel like I'm betraying my family. By trying to dream big, learning to trust God in new ways. Even the idea that God can speak through me is blasphemy. After all, I'm just a woman. God speaks through only the men. The priests in the church and the priest of the home. It's all a very patriarchal setup. I don't know how to go against that without being afraid of something bad happening to me or my loved ones. I deeply and completely love and accept myself anyway. Okay, let's go to the top of the head. Even though I predict something bad will happen, if I take on this role of a spiritual teacher and healer, who am I to think I can do something that magnificent? How can I teach people to move, that they can move mountains and raise the dead and walk on the water? My parents never did that. They thought it was okay for some people to do that, like in the Bible. But it's not okay for us. Or maybe if we just had enough faith, we could. But I never had anybody in my map of reality teach me this was possible for me. Part of me always knew I had unlimited light potential. But there's another part of me that's afraid to go against the norm. My parents didn't do anything extraordinary in their lives. They did a lot of good things. They helped a lot of people. And yes, they provided for my basic living needs, for sure. I just felt led to look at the card that I had drawn before this, and it's Divine Magic. Extra magical energy surrounds your situation right now, so expect miracles. I expect miracles anyway. I'm not sure it's okay to expect miracles. I don't remember my parents expecting miracles. Even though my mom always took me to church. Both my mom and dad just taught me it was all about working hard. It was about scraping by. I'm so afraid to go against what my parents taught me. I'm so afraid to live above what they taught me. I'm so afraid to put it out there. My parents were so possessive. They wanted to keep me to themselves. And now I'm afraid I am disobeying them and being disrespectful and not honoring their memory now that they've passed on. It doesn't matter if your parents have passed on or not, this would still apply. I choose to be more powerful starting right now. Okay, let's go back to Karate Chop, and we're gonna incorporate the Course in Miracles in here. Okay? Even though I'm still really afraid of putting it out there. It seemed like my parents wanted to keep me around the homestead. It seems like they wanted to deny me of the bigger things. In some ways, my mom dreamed bigger than I did. But now it seems like I want to dream bigger than anybody I've ever known. And a part of me believes I deserve it. And another part of me doesn't. I'm so afraid of going against what my parents taught me. I'm afraid something bad's going to happen. I don't want to betray my family values. All these vows I've made with the ego, I choose to be more powerful starting right now. Even though there's a part of me that's really afraid that if I get really successful, that I'll be betraying the memory of my parents. I really don't know what to do about this. I don't know how to let go of this fear. I don't know how to trust God. I don't know how to let go of my anger and unforgiveness towards my parents, towards God, and towards myself. I deeply and completely love and accept myself anyway. My part is essential in God's plan for salvation. Just as God's Son completes His Father, so your part in it completes your Father's plan. Salvation must reverse the mad belief in separate thoughts and separate bodies, which lead separate lives and go their separate ways. One function shared by separate minds unites them in one purpose, for each one of them is equally essential to them all. God's will for you is perfect happiness. Why would you choose to go against His will? The part that He has saved for you to take in working out His plan is given you, that you might be restored to what He wills. You are indeed essential to God's plan. Without your joy, His joy is incomplete. Just as your light increases every light that shines in heaven, so your joy on earth calls to all minds to let their sorrows go and take their place beside you in God's plan. God's messengers are joyous, and their joy heals sorrow and despair. They are proof that God wills perfect happiness for all who will accept their Father's gift as theirs. We will not let ourselves be sad today, for if we do, we fail to take the part that is essential to God's plan, as well as to our vision. Sadness is the sign that you would play another part instead of what has been assigned to you by God. Joy is our function here. Now let us try to find that joy that proves to us and all the world God's will for us. He will be there. You are essential to His plan. You are His messenger today. And you must find what He would have you give. And it is Him you answer every time you tell yourself you are essential to God's plan for the salvation of the world. Okay, take a deep breath. So remember, in this video, extra magical energy surrounds your situation right now, so you can expect miracles. And I also got the Lakshmi card, which is absolutely an incredibly beautiful card. I love getting the Lakshmi card. So stop worrying. Everything is going to be fine. Thank you for joining me in this video. Elaine Enlightening at taplightunlimited.com. Bye.